We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Colin. Colin is in need of quality but affordable options for installing whole home audio in his split 4-floor house. 4 floors.
Yeah.
His wife needs CD playback, and he wants to use iTunes on a desktop computer as well, if possible, with the option to use both sources simultaneously in different rooms. Okay. He has two Onkyo TXNR 636 receivers that are already in use with separate TVs. Can these be incorporated somehow, or is he totally separate equipment a better or more simple option? Usually when you do something like this is you get one of the many whole home audio amplifiers.
Yeah, the distribution amplifier.
Yeah, and the distribution app basically has multiple channels which can then be assigned and reassigned, and it depends on which one you have. But they can be assigned for different areas, and then the sources that you have attached to that, because they usually have distribution amps, don't they usually have sources inputs as well?
Well, so for example, if you went with one of the just straight up 12-channel Dayton distribution amps that you can get from Parts Express, if you just go for the straight amplifier ones that they have, which are, of course, the least expensive, the way they're set up is each amplifier channel is set to one of the available inputs, and there are 3. Right. You can have 2 shared inputs, meaning any of the amplifier channels can use either of those 2 sources, but only one. It's like a hard button that you're actually moving on the amplifier itself, or they have a single dedicated input for each channel. But what that doesn't really let you do is easily switch. Like if you want to switch between 2 different sources in one room, it doesn't really let you easily do that unless the source itself is something that's switching. You know?
Right.
So what I like better for this is, again, over at Parts Express and again from Dayton, they have a 6-room, 6-source matrix audio system. You get amplification for, again, 12 whole channels. It's all built in. But what this lets you do is plug in as many as 6 sources, and then on the fly, you can choose which source goes to which room. So you can have the same source playing in multiple rooms, or different sources playing in every single different room. They even let you connect up to 2 more of these same units to it. You still only get 6 sources, but you can have 18 rooms if you want to. It's very expandable. Now it is $700, but that's everything except for the speakers, which I think is pretty darn reasonable. I mean, they even give you physical control pads that you can mount in like a light switch box, so that you have a hard button way of controlling this in each room if you want to. That very same switch pad that they give you also acts as an infrared sensor, so you can have a remote, and you can program any remote to work with this. That's a programmable remote. So you can point it at the wall plate, and then you just run a wire back to this thing, so you have even infrared control that way. So to me, this is a very flexible, I think reasonably priced system. And as far as incorporating your Onkyo receivers, you could do it both ways. You could just send the Zone 2 line outputs into this distribution amplifier if you want to say, you know, I have a source connected to one of my Onkyos and I want to be able to play that source in all these other rooms. You can do that just using the Zone 2 outputs. Or this actually offers line outs, so it's not just the speaker outputs, it actually gives you line outs, so you could use this to feed your Onkyo receiver so that you can play either of the 2 sources that are connected to this in your Onkyo receiver. So this can do everything you want. To me, that's the solution. That's what I'd do in this situation anyway.
Yeah, it's got all kinds of stuff back
Yeah,
here.
it's really nice. It's like surprising. Like, whoa, that can do a lot.
There you go. So $700, dude. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.